All right, guys. Good afternoon. Is December 27th, 2023. As my beautiful hoodie from All in London says, it's me. It's L'Amico Leonard, and we are here. I'm here to do this beautiful video in my room, in my temple, as I can say. This beautiful video about the end of 2023, the best of 2023, about my personal year end awards. It's a video that I do basically every year, at the end of every year, from many years to now. I think the first time I did it was 2018, and from that point on, every year. And I'm very happy to do this video. It's been a great year. I will try to do this video in English because I want to make the video understandable and international for every kind of people, every kind of human being, and for every fan and friend of mine that I met during the journeys, the travels for the wrestling shows all around the world, from the Tokyo Dome to the WrestleManias to these years in London for Money in the Bank, and of course All in London, that has been the pinnacle of 2023 in my opinion, and we will talk about that later. I will try to do this video in English. I am a little bit broke in English, but I try to. I made a promise to myself to do it in English to allow everyone to understand what I'm saying. And here we are. 2023 has been an amazing year for sure for professional wrestling and for my life in general. Has been a year of ups and downs. Personally, I had some of the highest highs ever when I went to Wembley for the biggest event in wrestling history, for All in London. Has been quite possibly the best experience of my life, and quite possibly the best show ever, I think. And I had some great memories about Money in the Bank in London. London is my favorite city, and I left a part of my heart there this summer. I had great moments this year. I had also some ups, very high, and some lows, but it's part of life, As a professional wrestling point of view, I think has been the best year that I have ever seen. I'm not saying that because it's the end of 2023. It's not that I'm saying that because it's a cliche. I really think that 2023 gave us some of the best events ever, because 2021, 2022 has been amazing amazing years for AEW and professional wrestling in general. But in 2023, I think that personally, and I think it's objective. I don't know if there is something objective about pro wrestling, but I think this is a statement that I can say, and everyone can agree with me. I think that this year we found an equilibrium about professional wrestling in which every company in the world, from AEW, that in my opinion has been the best company of the last 5 years, and the best company of 2023. 2023 has been AEW year. But from AEW to WWE to New Japan to Impact, I think we found an homeostasis, an equilibrium in which every company gave us the best shows possibly that they could possibly do. And this is crazy, this is incredible, because in 2022, AEW had some of the best shows ever, but WWE was really low, in my opinion. And in 2023, we found an equilibrium, and that's great. And AEW achieved some of the biggest goals ever. I think, thinking about Wembley Stadium, of course, All in London, 80,000 people in an arena in Europe for a show that's not WWE. That's crazy. And who knows me and who follow my channel in Italy, or I think most of that is Italian, knows how much I love AEW, how much AW is my favorite company. I think it's the best company ever, and the best company that I have ever seen personally. And this year gave us really amazing memories, and I have this faith, this trust, and this belief in me that 2024 will be even better for me as a life point of view, and for professional wrestling in general. I think that 2024 will be the best year, the perfect year. I don't know if the best is the right word, but the perfect for sure. And I will call that year the year that I can't wait for 2024. I really loved 2023, but I don't know. I have this feeling inside of me that make me think I can't wait for 2024 really. And the franchise, the logo that signifies 2024, in my opinion, will be TNA WWE. Is a chat phrase that I created because TNA, AEW, and WWE will be the main companies to follow during 2024. TNA, the return of TNA with Scott D'Amore that recreated TNA and changed back TNA from Impact Wrestling, and I'm so excited about that. I think it will be really a great opportunity for that company to recreate something special that is in the heart and in the soul of professional wrestling and professional wrestling culture in America. It's a American culture, TNA, and I think will be really great having back that logo. I don't know what Scott D'Amore will do to make TNA special and different from Impact Wrestling, but I think will be really great also for a nostalgia point of view for all time fans to have back that logo, Total Non-Stop Action, that changed professional wrestling during the first 2000s years, in the first decade of the 2000, from 2002 after the end of WCW to 2010 for sure. And we will have AEW, of course, that it's the best company, professional wrestling company in the world, and will continue to do that in 2024. And we will have WWE that right now is coming back to be hotter than ever, in my opinion. I think after the return of CM Punk as Survivor Series and in the last few months, after I think from Money in the Bank when I went to London to right now, WWE started to recreate itself and to return to be really hot, really be enjoyable. And I think the CM Punk coming back to WWE at Survivor Series has been one of the best moments of 2023, and give us a reason to appreciate WWE, to get back into the feeling for WWE, for sport entertainment. And I think that WWE in 2024 and right now it's in one of its hottest periods ever. And I really think that since the WWE logo, okay, so not counting WWF, I think this is one of the best periods for WWE. Quite possibly the best period for WWE. And I can't really wait for WrestleMania 40, for the road to WrestleMania. And I think that will be one of the best road to WrestleManias ever, and the best road to WrestleMania of the last decade, in my opinion, because we have CM Punk coming back to WWE and wanting the main event of WrestleMania and challenging probably Seth Rollins for WrestleMania. We have Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, unfinished business. Will be really great. Will really be a great WrestleMania and a great road to WrestleMania, starting with a Royal Rumble in Tampa next at the end of January, in 1 month. In 1 month to this day, because it's January 27th, right, in Tampa. So, not speaking about 2024, but speaking about 2023, I want to do these awards about the best of the year, in my opinion. I did some awards, some nominees, and I will explain to you one by one. And I made a list about some of the best matches. It's not really a ranking. It's not a best match, second best match, third best match. It's just a list about some of the best matches of 2023. It's a must list in my opinion. So it's a suggestion for me about some of the matches to watch from 2023, because I want to make this video and this channel like a personal legacy, to an heritage to left to the generation that will follow me. And I want to do this sort of menu, this sort of suggestion about some of the best matches of the year, so that maybe one guy, one kid, like I was in 2008, in 2007, like me in 2007, 2008, that is starting to watch professional wrestling now, is getting excited with AEW, Ring of Honor, WWE, can have this list and knows some what to watch about 2023, about the best of this marvelous, incredible year that we just lived in the last 12 months. And first of all, I want to say a thing that it's clear, but in internet, in YouTube, there are some idiots. Unfortunately, I have to say that. Unfortunately, it's not a good thing to say, but it's reality. I want to say that this is my personal point of view about. I drink some tea. About some of the best of the year. It's only my point of view. It's not a law. It's not mathematics, you know. It's only my feeling, my point of view about some of the best wrestlers, matches, moments of the year. So, an old philosopher, Socrates, I don't know if you know him, an old Greek philosopher, said once that not knowing is true knowledge. So I know that I don't know. So this is my opinion, and for sure I'm leaving something behind that I'm not quoting, because 1 year of professional wrestling to this day, with all the professional wrestling that there is, it's really a lot of stuff. So I'm trying to do a summary about the year, but it's only my opinion. So I don't want to say, you're not, this is not true, that match is better than that one. Okay, it's only my opinion. I want this to be clear, and I don't want to dictate any law about professional wrestling. No, I'm just a fan, a huge fan. I think about pro wrestling that travels the world for some of the best shows that there are, and that loves to share his opinion about professional wrestling. So, starting, I think that the first and the best way to start this video is to do the awards about the best and the worst of the year. I have to say that this year, 2023, has been so good that I found really, really hard, really difficult to make a list about the worst of the year. Every year I do the best company, best match, and worst company, worst match, worst wrestler. This year it was so hard for me to do that, because the year has been so great. And there is nothing really, I don't remember something really bad about this year. And this is the miracle that Tony Khan and AEW did about professional wrestling, because with AEW, with this vision, I can say, this dream, this vision about the perfect world of professional wrestling, the to make professional wrestling better for us, the fans, for the wrestlers. I think that they allowed the professional wrestling to be good in the whole, in its entirety. So it was hard for me to find the worst feud, the worst wrestler, the worst company, because everything has been really, really good in every aspect of the game. I'm quoting only the. I might say only the televised professional wrestling. I'm not quoting the independent circuits. I'm quoting something about Game Changer Wrestling. I'm quoting something about Revolution Pro Wrestling, for example. But I'm not, of course, quoting about the independent circuits in America or in Japan, for example, because it's not televised, and I want to share a ranking about the best of professional wrestling that is understandable and is that can relate to anyone. Okay, so I'm quoting only televised professional wrestling. That of course today it's every professional wrestling is televised in reality. But what I'm saying is that I'm quoting professional wrestling from pay-per-views or from weekly televised show and not independent circuits. Except for some exceptional that I will quote later. So starting with the best of 2023. And the first ranking, the first award that I give is the best pro wrestling company of the year, and the award goes to Tony Khan, to All Elite Wrestling. Any question about that? I have to explain something. After every award, I will do an explanation about why I I gave this award to that wrestler, that company, that match, etc. And the first award is the best pro wrestling company of 2023, and the award goes to All Elite Wrestling. And I repeat myself, there is any question about that? In the last three, four, since its creation in 2019, that was AEW was a need for professional wrestling in that year, because WWE was going really down. The product was really bad, and another aspect, another way to do professional wrestling was created with All In one in Chicago, and all the movement from the Bucks and Kenny Omega and the Elite. And the last 4 or 5 years, AEW created and revolutionized professional wrestling in its entirety and televised professional wrestling. And I think that in 2021, as I said multiple times during my videos, in 2021, AEW reached the point in which they really changed the game and became the hottest company in the world. But I think in 2023 they won the war. In reality, they declare themselves as the leader company. And 2023 has been the best year so far for AEW in its young history, because we had amazing shows, amazing moment, and they delivered the biggest show that they ever did with All in London. I was there, and it was so great as a year, because new superstars came in AEW with Jay White, with the Guns, with the Bullet Club Gold. I'm sorry, with the Guns, Juice Robinson, etc. Will Ospreay now signed with AEW. Adam Copeland came to AEW. That's insane. And they delivered so many great shows. They created new pay-per-views. In 2022, we had 5 pay-per-views from AEW. In 2023, we had 7, now 8 pay-per-views, because we had Revolution, we had Double or Nothing, Forbidden Door, All in London, All Out, Wrestle Dream, and World's End. So we had 7. We will have 7 pay-per-view, because right now, when I'm doing this video, World's End is not being produced yet, because it's this Saturday. They grow so much and became the real gold standard in professional wrestling to this day. I think AEW is the best company ever, but for sure it's the company that represented this era, this modern era of professional wrestling. They gave us so many memories, so many matches, and they will continue to do it. And I think that the important thing about AEW in 2023 is that they changed the game, but they changed also. Tony Khan changed also the product itself, because in 2021, in 2022, AEW was a great company, but a professional wrestling company. I think in 2023, they became, of course, a great pro wrestling company, but also a great sport entertainment company. They are becoming more popular, more pop culture, more globalized. They are doing shows in England, they are doing shows in Canada, they are doing shows everywhere right now, and they are becoming more enjoyable for everyone, not only the die-hard professional wrestling fans. I don't know if it's good or it's bad. I think it's important, and it's great, it's game-changing for AEW to evolve, to adapt, and to become popular in a worldwide phenomenon. So the best pro wrestling company is All Elite Wrestling. The second award that I give is the best weekly show, and in the last I think 5 years, the award went, my personal award went to Dynamite, to AEW Dynamite. Of course, that it's um, the main show for AEW every Wednesday night. Is the show that every one of us can't wait to see every single week. It's a must-see show that changed and revolutionized professional wrestling because with WWE, I grew up with WWE like many of us, I think. But with WWE, the weekly show has never been that important. It was important only to build up the hype and the momentum for the pay-per-view, for the monthly pay-per-view. With AEW, everything changed because with Dynamite, the weekly show became a must-see show. So it's not a show that you can skip, you can read something and then go on. You have to watch Dynamite. You want to watch Dynamite, and Dynamite changed the professional wrestling landscape in the last 5 years. And I gave Dynamite every year the award about best pro wrestling show, weekly pro wrestling show. This year I gave this award about to AEW Collision. I don't know if Collision is better than Dynamite personally. I don't want to say that. They are both good in different ways, but I think that for doing something different, first of all, and second for the commitment and the hard work that Tony Khan did with this other show, I think they deserve the award to be given to AEW Collision. So the best weekly show for me, it's a Collision since it's a start since the beginning in June with the return to CM Punk to these days. I think they did an incredible and a beautiful job with this show, and Collision became what Rampage never was. Because I think Rampage has been a great show. It's a great show, but was always a B show for AEW. So it was great, but the idea was to make Dynamite the A show and Rampage the B show. In fact, Rampage is most of the time taped after Dynamite. With Collision, they did a second A show. They did it. They did the Collision like with the idea to do a Raw and SmackDown, so two great shows with different aspect of the game. Because if you watch it, Dynamite is more about competition. It's more about professional wrestling. Collision, it's about professional wrestling, but it's also about storytelling. And I love the presentation of Collision. I love the music about Elton John. I love the red ropes. I love these details, but I am in love with the red ropes, the presentation, the stage, the look of the show. I love the commentary table with Kevin Kelly, with Nigel McGuinness. It's amazing. I really think that Kevin Kelly is quite possibly the best wrestling commentator in the world, with his work in New Japan, with New Japan World, and with other stuff in Japan. And I'm really happy for him to being able to commentate an AEW show like Collision. And I really love Collision. I can't wait every week to watch Collision like I can't wait to watch Dynamite. So this year I give this award to AEW Collision. My third award is the best pay-per-view of the year. And the award, of course, goes to AEW All in London. What I have to say about this incredible night? First of all, any question about that? There is something that doesn't agree with me about that. AEW All in London has been the best experience of my life. It's a personal point of view, but I have to share with you this because my channel is really personal, it's really passionate, and I think that professional wrestling must be lived in that way, about passion, about emotion, more than about technique. And I grew up. I really love pro wrestling, really, and you have to understand this that I am a huge fan about pro wrestling since 20 years. I think the first time I watched something about pro wrestling was 2003. Okay, and since that year I got hooked on this feeling about pro wrestling and having a company like AEW, and I am an Italian wrestling fans, and in Italy wrestling is not so cool, it's not so pop culture, it's not so great to be a wrestling fan, you know. And I was in love with the WWE growing up, but AEW really was the place that I was meant to be. AEW is my company, is the wrestling company for the real die-hard wrestling fans. And being able to have a show like All In, that will become in the years the biggest show that AEW does, being able to have that show in Europe, in London, that is my favorite city in the entire world, and in London, in Wembley Stadium, in the biggest crowd possibly for me, it's is the biggest gift that life could give to me, because I'm so proud to be a pro wrestling fan in this era, in these years. For what AEW made for professional wrestling, they made professional wrestling as it should be. They showed the world what a pro wrestling could be. So not a joke thing, not a comic thing, but a real thing when where people get the passion they love, their athleticism inside the ring, and being able to have a show like that, a WrestleMania size show with much more quality about pro wrestling in Europe, in London, in the best city that there is. Tell me if I can ask anything more, and I can't. So, All in London one has been groundbreaking, has been the best show that I have ever been. Has been a joy for my heart to be in there, being able to experience that show, that emotion, that night, back in August, last August, on August 27th. And I think it's been one of the best shows ever. Period. For me, it's the end of the all has been the end of a 5 year journey from the beginning to AEW of AEW to from the first All In that in Chicago, that was the show that gave me back passion for professional wrestling. Um, Watching that show back in 2018 gave me back a passion, a will to watch pro wrestling. Uh, Ending 2023, ending with another All in London in front of 80,000 people, being there has been unbelievable. The show itself has been amazing, from Punk against Samoa Joe to MJF against Adam Cole. We will talk about that later. And but the experience itself and the idea, the dream, and what this shows means for me and for any other wrestling fans, it's unbelievable. So the best pay-per-view of the year has been All in London, a dream coming true in reality. So the best male pro wrestler of the year. I did a list about this, and it's really hard for me to give one wrestler this award, because in this year we had so many great wrestlers that proved themselves as one of the best wrestlers in the world, and this was my choice. I had to choose between these wrestlers: MJF, Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, Bryan Danielson, Zack Sabre Jr., or Claudio Castagnoli. In my opinion, these wrestlers, these six wrestlers, are the ones that were the best during the 2023. Claudio Castagnoli has been Ring of Honor World Champion, has been in AEW, has been in New Japan, has been in Ring of Honor, has been really, really great and proven himself to be a main event star level potential pro wrestler. Zack Sabre Jr. did an amazing job with the New Japan World TV title in Japan that he won at Wrestle Kingdom against Ren Narita. Brian Danielson, this year has been the year of the dragon, you know. Has been amazing from the 1 hour Ironman match against MJF to the match with Okada to the injuries to the match with Zack Sabre Jr. to the Continental Classic. Brian Danielson has been a workhorse in AEW and in Ring of Honor because he wrestled also at Final Battle. Kenny Omega has been amazing. I hope Kenny Omega will return. I hope him the best in his recovery from diverticulitis. And Kenny Omega gave us some of the best matches of the year against Will Ospreay, against Livio Del Vikingo, with the Elite, against the Blackpool Combat Club, against John Moxley. He gave us some of the best, the finest products of the year. But in my opinion, the real competition about the best wrestler of the year award is between MJF and Will Ospreay. And this is my point of view. I think that from an objective point of view, from a rational, if I can say, point of view, Will Ospreay has been the best wrestler of the year. Will Ospreay has been everywhere this year, from New Japan to AEW to Pro Wrestling Noah to Impact Wrestling to he wrestles everywhere. To Revolution Pro Wrestling, of course, he wrestled everywhere, anytime, any place, against anyone, and Will Ospreay has been 2023. In this world of professional wrestling, where every company except WWE is connected with each other, where wrestlers can go from Japan to America to Canada to compete everywhere against anyone, Will Ospreay has been the beacon, the man that represent this feeling about being everywhere, being on television everywhere. And Will Ospreay has been amazing, but in my opinion, the best wrestler of the year is MJF, for many reasons. Of course, Will Ospreay has been more present. Has been has been more a workhorse, of course, because he competed everywhere, as I said. But MJF, as an AEW World Champion, did an amazing job as the face of the company, first of all, and he did an evolution from being one of the baddest and most hated wrestlers, one of the most hated heel in the world, to be one of the best baby faces of the world, that in my opinion is a diamond. What he did, as a work rate, MJF is untouchable. He delivered us some of the best matches of the year. Against Adam Cole in All In, against Bryan Danielson, against Tanahashi, against Jay White, against Samoa Joe. We will talk about that later. But as an evolution from being the baddest, the most hated son of a bitch in professional wrestling to be one of the most beloved guys in the world, this evolution as a character make me think to give him the award about the best pro wrestler of the year, the icon we can say about 2023. He has been in the main event of most of the AEW shows. He has been in the main event of All in London, the biggest show of the year, and MJF did an amazing job. Amazing matches and an amazing evolution as a character, and an amazing story to tell about his storyline with Adam Cole, with the Better Than You baby. And also one thing that I loved about MJF is to be so open about him being a Jewish and be awarded as a Jewish sportsman in the world. Um, MJF is great, man. It's incredible, and my award goes to him. We have to speak now about. I will light this this room. We have to speak now about the best female pro wrestler of the year. So, in this case, the contenders for the award were Rhea Ripley, Mercedes Moné, Athena, Timeless Toni Storm, Saraya, or Chris Statlander. These were my contenders for the award, and in the end, the real two contenders were or Athena or Rhea Ripley. So I was thinking about giving this award or to Rhea Ripley or to Athena because Mercedes Moné did an amazing job at the beginning of 2023 in New Japan with the New Japan Strong Women's Championship, with the IWGP Women's Championship. Timeless Toni Storm did an amazing job as a AEW Women's World Champion in first place. She did an amazing evolution as a character, from being Toni Storm to being Timeless Toni Storm. Chris Statlander did an amazing job as a TBS World Champion. So Rhea, it's not one of my favorites, but the moment at All In Wembley made me think to made her a contender for this spot. But in the end, or Rhea Ripley or Athena were the two stars to give this award. Athena did an amazing job as a Ring of Honor Women's World Champion. She has been a champion for a year now. She won the championship back in Final Battle 2022. And from that moment to this moment, she has been world champion with amazing matches, from the one with Yuka Sakazaki in Super Card of Honor to Willow Nightingale to recently at Final Battle against Billy Starks. My award personally goes to Rhea Bloody Ripley, and this is my female pro wrestler of the year. Because why? Because Athena has been great, really, but as a mainstream, as a televised and a recognizable figure, woman's figure in pro wrestling, I think no one has been hotter than Rhea Ripley as a women's world champion at Monday Night Raw, and as a real leader of Judgment Day, because Judgment Day has been the best faction, the best stable in WWE during this year, and in reality, Rhea Ripley is the real leader about Judgment Day. It's funny to say that because we have Finn Balor, we have Damian Priest, but Rhea Ripley I think, is the center of Judgment Day. Without Rhea Ripley, there is no Judgment Day, in my opinion. And the match that she had with Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania has been one of the best matches of the year, female or male. And all this work in the Judgment Day against Billy Starks, at Crown Jewel, or anywhere, in any time that she competed, has been untouchable. His style is incredible, his personality is unique, his star power, it's appealing. Everyone can feel his presence in the ring, in the stage when she came out. Rhea Ripley is the perfect, from a female point of view, perfect example of a bad girl in this case, that is so great, so charismatic that everyone loves her. And Rhea Ripley is I give Rhea Ripley my award to be the best female pro wrestler of the year. Right now, best tag team of the year. Best tag team of the year it's been really easy in this case, because I think that in 2022 I was a little bit more uncertain about the best tag team of 2022 because we had the Briscoe, we had the FTR, we had Young Bucks. At the end, I gave that year FTR the award, but I was a little bit more uncertain about. There was more competition about that. This year, I'm sure that the best tag team is FTR. Why? Because why not? I should say FTR has been from in the last 3 years. FTR has been the best tag team that there is in reality. We can say Young Bucks is one of the best. I think the Young Bucks are the best tag team of all time in professional wrestling. But in the last 2 years, Young Bucks has been less consistent in the ring as a tag team. FTR has been a must watch and has been always on top team in the tag team wrestling during this year, and the matches that they had during this year against the Young Bucks, of course, in Wembley, the match that they had against Bullet Club Gold, Jay White and Juice Robinson in Collision this summer, the match that they had against at Wrestle Dream against the OC Open, the rematch from London. They all these matches has been masterpieces in reality, and they proved that with these matches they proved to be the best tag team in the world. Period. Live in London at Wembley, I saw the match of the century in the tag team wrestling between FTR and Young Bucks, Part 3, that declared in reality that FTR is the best tag team of this generation. I love Dax Howard. I love his seriousness about leaving a legacy behind, about feeding his family, about pro wrestling as a passion. I love FTR. Everyone loves FTR. Jim Ross loves FTR, of course, and I really think that FTR has been the standard for tag team wrestling as to what tag team wrestling should be. So my award goes to FTR. Right now, best technical wrestler. Yeah, I was the contenders for this award were or Brian Danielson or Zack Sabre Jr. Okay, I think that from a smart point of view, we can say from a rational, I can say once more point of view, Zack Sabre Jr. is probably the best technical wrestler between the two. As a tag team wrestler, is probably the best. But my heart my heart goes to Brian Danielson. Also because in the match between, if we want to say something about the kayfabe, the storyline, and the mark point of view of the business, the match between in Wrestle Dream in Seattle between Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. was the proving point about who was the best tag team and the best technical wrestler in the world. And Brian Danielson won that match. So, if you want to do the mark side of the business, Brian Danielson is the best technical wrestler in the world, and I'm so happy about that because during the WWE period for Danielson, he wasn't the best technical wrestler in the world because WWE doesn't allow you to be the best technical wrestler in the world. They want to create you as a character, as a gimmick. Since returning to AEW, he was able to show to the world his technical ability. Brian Danielson, during the first decade of the 2000s, made technical wrestling popular, made technical wrestling cool in his Ring of Honor career before going to WWE. And right now in AEW is proving once again that he is the best technical wrestler in the world. So my award goes to the American Dragon, Brian Danielson, that in my opinion, this will be his last year. Okay, he told us that, and with this year, with this run, he will prove that he is the best wrestler ever. Not only the best technical wrestler, the best wrestler ever. I think that this year they proved us, he proved us that there is no one more passionate about professional wrestling, more living and breathing and eating professional wrestling than Bryan Danielson. And the award goes to the American Dragon. Best High Flyer of the year. Okay, the Best High Flyer of the year. Another award. My award goes to Elidio del Vikingo. I have to be honest with you guys. I didn't know who Elidio del Vikingo was before the match with Kenny Omega, before the matches in AEW. But what I saw from Elidio del Vikingo made me think that gravity doesn't exist. Elidio del Vikingo is outstanding. I think it's the best high flyer that there is, and I think that in the years, if he can, I don't know the right word, if he can being able to be more about psychology, storytelling, if he can improve, that's the right word, in that space, in that kind of elements in his matches. So so the psychology, the storytelling, the selling, he can become the best high flyer ever, in my opinion, the best luchador ever. Because I think Elidio del Vikingo it's so revolutionized in the athletic ability like Rey Mysterio was in the 90s. So if we can compare this, Rey Mysterio was so revolutionized during the 90s as much as Elidio del Vikingo is to these days. But Rey Mysterio was a better wrestler, in my opinion, to right now, because he was a great high flyer, but also a great storyteller, a great psychology in the ring, with the selling, with the use of the moves, about telling a great story in the ring. If Vikingo can be so athletic like he is, and he is more athletic than Rey Mysterio, of course, but also improve in the psychology and the storytelling, can become the best high flyer ever. The matches with Kenny Omega has been amazing. The one in Dynamite back in March in Indianapolis, one of the best matches ever in Dynamite history. The match in Triple Mania against Kenny Omega has been good as the one in Dynamite, or even better. The match with Commander in Supercard of Honor, in Ring of Honor, has been outstanding. And if there is a contender to this best high flyer of the year, is Commander. Okay, because I was thinking about or Vikingo or Commander. I gave the award to Vikingo, but Commander it's not that far from Vikingo as an athletic ability point of view. And the match with Commander has been, oh my god, mind blowing. Back in Supercard of Honor, the matches with Black Taurus recently has been fantastic. So Vikingo, it's on fire. It's one of the best wrestlers in the world, and of course, in my opinion, the best high flyer in the world. Speaking about the opposite, not high flying but brawling, who is the best brawler of the year? I was. The contenders were, in my opinion, or Eddie Kingston or Jon Moxley. Eddie Kingston has been in the best year of his career, of course, because the New Japan Strong, he won the New Japan Strong back in July. He won the Ring of Honor Championship in New York, in the Arthur Ashe Stadium for Dynamite Grand Slam. This has not been the best year for Jon Moxley. I think in 2022 has been the year of Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley was 2022. He won the title twice. He returned from recovery for the alcohol and all the problems that he had. And he did the run of the century, because in 2022 he won the title against Tanahashi, Forbidden Door. He won back the title against Punk, and he won the title for the third time in Dynamite Grand Slam against Danielson, the AEW World Championship, becoming a 3-time AEW World Champion. this year has been a good year for Mox, but Mox has not been the main character of 2023. Eddie Kingston has been really one of the best wrestlers of 2023, and his redemption story has been so great, so good. And I think that the best brawler of the year is Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston is not. It's not only a brawler, you know. It's not only the fighter that John Moxley is. It's also a great technician. But as a brawling point of view, as a strong style point of view, I think Eddie Kingston is on another level. During 2023. Also because he won two championships using a great strong style a great strong style of professional wrestling. So the award goes the best brawler of the year in my opinion is Eddie Kingston. Right now, best on microphone. So who is the best promo guy of 2023? The list of the contenders was really wide. In this case, I had Eddie Kingston once again. I had MJF. I had Christian Cage. I had CM Punk on my mind. I had Cody Rhodes on my mind. Samoa Joe, Eggman Page, Swerve Strickland. Every one of these guys are great talkers. They gave us great promos during the year. Eddie Kingston is a constant about talking trash about promo. His stuff in the promo are so good because are so realistic. Are always about real life, and he deserves a spot in this contendership. MJF it's Mr. Microphone. Christian Cage delivered us some of the best promo in the business. Using the microphone, he became quite possibly the best heel of AEW during 2023. CM Punk is the microphone, you know. How can I not quote CM Punk, his promo coming back in the first episode of Collision? Do you remember in Tell Me When I'm Telling Lies, his promo coming back to WWE about main event in WrestleMania, his promo at Monday Night Raw after Survivor Series, his promo against Ricky Starks are all masterpieces, and CM Punk and the microphone are two things that are like peanut butter and jelly, you know. Cody Rhodes gave us some great promos. Samoa Joe is great on the mic. I think Samoa Joe is underrated as a talker. He's a great killer in the ring. He's a great technician, but he also is a great on the microphone too. Hangman Page's Worst Strickland gave us quite possibly the best promos of the year as a storytelling point of view. The promo after All Out has been really great. The promo before Full Gear has been amazing. You are a waste of human life, as Hangman Page said to Swerve Strickland. My award, if I have to pick one of these magnificent artists and workers, if I have to pick one, it's MJF. Because I have to say this, in this list, about 8 workers are included, but MJF is the one that more than anyone has been constant in the work on the mic. So if I think about Hangman Page and Swerve Strickland, for example, they gave us amazing promos, as I said, in the last part of 2023, but during the whole year they didn't give us great promos. CM Punk has been great on the mic as always, but he was inconsistent because he returned from injury in June. He did amazing promos during the period. He left in August after the problem with Tony Khan. He returned to WWE. He gave us 2-3 great promos, but it's not a plenty of stuff. As a consistent during the whole year, MJF has been untouchable. Every storyline, every feud MJF had gave us amazing promos against the American Dragon, a Revolution, against the Four Pillars in Double or Nothing, against Adam Cole, against Jay White. Every time has been a battle of words between MJF and his contender. So MJF, in my opinion, deserve also this award after the award of best pro wrestler of the year. So best pro wrestler, best talker of the year, and also best babyface, in my opinion, because the next award that I give is best babyface of the year. The contenders were MJF, Cody Rhodes, Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy. Darby Allin is Darby and Cody are the two real baby faces in this list. Orange Cassidy is a baby face, but it's a weird, unique baby face. It's almost a comedy baby face. Cody and Darby are the true, real baby face. But as I said in the beginning, the evolution that MJF did from being the worst piece of shit that you can have in a wrestling ring, in a wrestling program, in a wrestling television show, to being one of the best baby faces that the company, that AEW and the whole industry can have, it's untouchable. It's a masterpiece. What he did during using the story with Adam Cole to create a new character, a new way to promote MJF has been incredible. And the incredible thing is that I do my prediction. MJF could easily be, can easily be the devil in the storyline with Samoa Joe, with the devil. So, the incredible thing about MJF right now, and the evolution that made me think MJF is really a generational talent and a one-of-a-kind talent, is his ability to change, to switch from being the worst piece of human garbage that there is, the worst heel, the best heel that you can have in a wrestling ring, to being the best babyface that you can have in a wrestling ring. It's a switch that can happen in a week time. So 1 week MJF can be the worst, the best heel on the show. In a couple of weeks he can become the best heel, the best babyface. I'm sorry, that you can have on a wrestling show. So MJF, it's incredible also for this. It's a diamond also for this aspect. MJF is becoming really a complete package, the best wrestler that you can have. It's really a generational talent also for this aspect. He can change and switch from being good to bad to good in a storyline time. Okay, if in a storyline with Adam Cole he is becoming the babyface, in a storyline with the devil can become an heel once again. I don't know if he's the devil or not, but if he's the devil, it's really insane. So returning to us, best heel of the year. The award about best heel of the year, it's a contendership between Samoa Joe, Swerve Strickland, Christian Cage, MJF. MJF might be the best might be the best heel of professional wrestling if he's heel, but for the evolution that I told you before, he cannot be the best heel of the year because for most part of 2023 he has been a babyface right now, or a sort of babyface. So my contendership was MJF, but we excluded, or Christian Cage, or Samoa Joe, or Swerve Strickland. And I think that the best heel of the year is Christian Cage. Why? Because Samoa Joe has been a great heel, but it's not been under the spotlight as much as Christian or Swerve Strickland as a storytelling point of view. Swerve touched some of the lowest point that a pro wrestler, a storyteller, a worker, use the word that you want to use, can touch when with the feud with Hangman Page, with the intermission in going into Hangman House, etc. Has been really, oh my god, mind blowing. But Christian Cage is really the heel of the year, in my opinion, for his work as a TNT champion, for the relationship, the connection, the bad connection that he had with the crowd during the whole year, and also because he has been a master of puppets, a manipulator to Nick Wayne, to Luchasaurus, now called Killswitch, has been a real manipulator, and every great heel is also a great manipulator, in my opinion. So his microphone work as a promo, as an interaction with the crowd, has been outstanding, and his evolution as a wrestler has been incredible, and an evolution as a character, becoming the top heel of the AEW during 2023 has been incredible. Also, his relationship and the way he used the TNT Championship to tell a great story, it's really really incredible. It's incredible the fact that Christian Cage should be retired right now, and life it's a sometimes in life happens something that you can't explain, because Christian Cage was meant to be retired at this point of his career. Right now he's in the run of his life his life as a TNT champion, as the best heel of AEW in the feud with Adam Copeland. So you can never tell what can happen in life, and Adam Copeland and Christian Cage are the example about that. So, continuing our awards, best gimmick of the year. This is a really, really tough award, and my contenders were the House of Black, so Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews, Julia Hart as a member of the House of Black, but also as a character herself, okay, and Timeless Tony Storm. My award goes to Julia Hart because, and I explain to you, the House of Black, quindi Malachi Black, I'm speaking Italian sometimes, Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews, it's a great gimmick, it's a great story, but, and also Timeless Tony Storm is a great story, but Timeless Tony Storm is too much comedy in my opinion, so it's a gimmick, but it's a caricature. It's the right word, caricature. So I don't know if I can give Timeless Tony Storm the award. Julia Hart as a gimmick has been incredible, because for the way this young girl can bring to life this character, for the use of the mist, that it's amazing, and also because as a great heel character, as a great heel gimmick, she changed the ones that she can get in touch with. I don't know if I can explain. Everyone that was touched and confronted from Julia Hart was becoming a worse human being. So every girl, every person that get in touch with the mist of Julia Hart became the worst version of herself. Speaking about Willow Nightingale, speaking about Sky Blue right now, speaking about Chris Statlander for a period of time. So Julia Hart as a character has been really untouchable. Also because the incredible thing about Julia Hart is that when they started back in 2022 the House of Black gimmick and story, I was really skeptical if this blonde, beautiful girl, young girl, could become a heel like she is right now. And she proved me wrong, because she is perfect in the part. She is perfect as a member of the House of Black, and she really feels this character that she's embodying and bringing to life every single week on Dynamite or Collision or Rampage. So my award goes to Julia Hart, the queen of the House of Black, right? Right now, not best gimmick, the other award is best character. What I mean with character, the difference between a gimmick and character is really it's a small different. But a gimmick, in my opinion, it's more about acting a part. As I said before, giving life to a character that is larger and is bigger than you. Best character is who better embodies his personality into a wrestling ring. I don't know if I can explain that, but gimmick is more constructed, right? Best character is more about your personality, in my opinion. So the best character of the year, in my opinion, the contenders were Darby Allin or Swerve Strickland. And my award this year goes to Swerve Strickland because I think in the last 3 or 4 years I gave the award to Darby Allin, but the evolution that Swerve gave us and the way that now he's connected with the crowd and the feud that he had, the chemistry that he had with Hangman Page has been untouchable. It's been really another level. So best character of the year, in my opinion, is Swerve Strickland that proved us that he is a world champion material. He can be really an AEW world champion without any question. So right now, best stable of the year. So the best faction, the best stable. I was the contenders were or the Blackpool Combat Club, the BCC, or the Bullet Club Gold. And the award goes to the BCC because the Bullet Club Gold with Jay White, Juice Robinson, and the Guns and the Cartoon Blade has been really great. The run that Jay White had as a contender to MJF championship has been really great, but the BCC has been more consistent, more in the main event level in the main event has been more in the main event sides of the card, and the BCC, in my opinion, embodies what professional wrestling must be in 2023. So hard hitting, passion, and going to wrestle everywhere because John Moxley and Bryan Danielson and Claudio and Wheeler wrestled everywhere this year, from AEW to New Japan to Ring of Honor. So the award goes to BCC for sure, in my humble opinion. So right now we are coming in the end, not really in the end, but we did a lot of stuff in this time. The best male match of the year, the contendership to the best. This is the real award, in my opinion. So because we watch pro wrestling, we watch sport entertainment, whatever the fuck you want to call it, to get excited, to get emotional, to get into the matches. And why we watch pro wrestling. What is pro wrestling? Is the matches. It's the story. It's the drama. But it's the matches. The matches in which with your body, with their body, these marvelous athletes can bring to life a piece of art, in my opinion. And so this is the real award. And the contendership this year was amazing because my three contenders for best male match of the year were MJF against Adam Cole. We go in a chronicle order. So the first contender was Will Ospreay against Kenny Omega, Wrestle Kingdom 17 in the Tokyo Dome for the IWGP US Championship. The second contender was Kenny Omega against Will Ospreay in Forbidden Door for the IWGP US Championship rematch from Wrestle Kingdom from the Tokyo Dome. And the third contender was MJF against Adam Cole for the AEW World Championship in Wembley fucking Stadium, in the main event of Wembley last August. As I said, I was there for for AEW All in London, and my heart and my mind was so conflicted about this award because the first two matches, so the feud, the two matches that the two amazing, marvelous matches that Kenny and Will Ospreay had during this year were two of the best matches that I have ever seen on TV, watching wrestling on TV. The first one in the Tokyo Dome was insane. It was unexpected because I didn't expect that match to be that violent, that brutal, between Kenny and Will Ospreay, and it was insane. And proven me that Kenny Omega in the Tokyo Dome it's a fucking god. It's not a human being. It's a god. The second match between Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay at Forbidden Door was when I saw that match. I saw that match before leaving Italy to going to London for Money in the Bank. And I thought to myself that that was the best match that I have ever seen on TV. So the two first contenders are two of the best matches that I have ever seen watching wrestling on my couch. Okay? The problem is that then came the third match. And the third match is MJF against Adam Cole, the main event of All in London. And that match is the first two were two of the best matches that I've ever saw watching wrestling on TV, as I said. This match was quite possibly the best match that I've ever saw watching wrestling live. So being live to a wrestling show. Because MJF and Adam Cole gave us everything. So my award in the end goes to MJF Adam Cole, All in London. It's a personal award, it's an emotional award. I give this award not as a rational point, with a rational point of view. I give this award with my heart. And you can understand, as I said in the beginning, and as I always say in my channel, pro wrestling it's a heart thing. It's not a rational thing. It's about emotion. It's about drama. It's about getting involved. It's about your personal point of view about pro wrestling, about what you feel about professional wrestling. So I don't get mad if someone told me Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay is the best match of the year. Of course, I can understand your point of view, but in my point of view, in my award, this is the match of the year. Why? Because these two amazing guys gave us the best main event that we could possibly have in the biggest show of the year in Wembley in front of 80,000 people. And the fun fact about this match is that coming into the show, so traveling from Italy to Wembley to go to see AEW All in London, I wasn't that excited about that match, and I wasn't that happy about that match to be the main event, because I wasn't so much involved into the story. It was too comedy for my point of view. It was too comedy, too much about too much about comedy, too less about seriousness, too less about the main event of the biggest show of the year. It was too much about friendship. So I thought, traveling from Italy to London, I thought to myself, Punk and Joe could be the main event. Will Ospreay and Jericho could be the main event. FTR against the Young Bucks could be the main event. Stadium Stampede could be the main event. I was sure that in the end MJF and Adam Cole was the main event, but I wasn't that happy about that. When they gave us that match, when they started the match, and during the match with the incredible athleticism that they gave us and the incredible story that they told us in the ring, a story about love, friendship, drama, about willing to win, and also about jealousy in some points, has been incredible. I think that if I have to pick a match that embodies everything that pro wrestling can be and everything that there is beautiful about this marvelous and crazy world that is professional wrestling, I will pick this one, MJF and Adam Cole, because every single thing that happened during that 40 minutes matches in Wembley Stadium meant something. Everything meant something. Everything was there. Every move, every moment, every facial expression from MJF and Adam Cole was there to tell us a story. And that's amazing. That's incredible. That's a masterpiece. Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay in Toronto gave us quite possibly the best pro wrestling match of the year. If we talk about wrestling, moves, athleticism, violence also, and drama. But MJF and Adam Cole in the main event of Wembley gave us the best story of the year, for sure. And I really, really think, and I am a great believer about the fact that story is. I don't know if it's the most important aspect of a wrestling match, but it's the aspect that make pro wrestling so special and so different from an ordinary sport, like boxing, like MMA, like basket, and make pro wrestling a real art. Okay, so this match, in my opinion, is this sentence, and it's amazing as being there live. It's been amazing being there live to experience that match. And the thing, and then I conclude my my speech. The thing that made this match so special for me was the fact that I wasn't there. I wasn't so involved in the match in the first place. And that's incredible. So, continuing my list of awards. Best tag team match of the year. The contenders were two. FTR against Bullet Club Gold, as I said before, and FTR against the Young Bucks. All in London, AEW Collision in Calgary, the night where Punk and Ricky Stars did the main event for the Owen Hart Foundation tournament final. My award goes to FTR and Young Bucks, of course, because I think Bullet Club Gold and FTR gave us probably the best tag team match of the year. I don't know. It was really great, a 50 minutes insane epic clash. But the most important match as a tag team wrestling of the year was FTR against Young Bucks, for sure. Because FTR winning that match proved that they are the best tag team in the world. And if not, of all times. So for me, the match of the year as a tag team is FTR against the Young Bucks. So, continuing my list, best women's match of the year. In this scenario, I had so many contenders. Monet against Kairi Sane in a New Japan Battle in the Valley. Charlotte Flair against Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. Monet against Mayu Iwatani in New Japan. Jamie Hayter against Emi Sakura in Rampage. Bianca Belair against Io Sky at Backlash in Puerto Rico. Athena against Willow Nightingale in Death Before Dishonor, and Athena against Billie Starkz in Ring of Honor Final Battle. AEW is not great in the women's division because I have only one contender for match of the year as a women's match of the year from AEW. If I have to pick two contenders between all of these matches are Charlotte Flair against Rhea Ripley and Athena against Billie Starkz at Final Battle. As I said before, the women's contenders of the year as the best women's wrestler of the year were Rhea Ripley or Athena. And so, of course, the best women's matches of the year must have or Rhea Ripley or Athena. And I think that as much as Athena against Billie Starkz has been a great match at Final Battle for the Women's Championship, ending the show, Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair really set the bar for what women's wrestling can be. The match at WrestleMania, I think that they stole the show at Saturday. Don't get me wrong, I think at WrestleMania Saturday, Charlotte and Rhea stole the show. And these two marvelous women's athletes gave us one of the best matches ever in the history of women's wrestling. I think that the match between Bianca and Becky at WrestleMania 38 in Dallas it's a little bit better, but also Rhea Ripley and Charlotte is one of the best women's matches ever. So my award for best women's match of the year is Rhea Ripley against Charlotte at WrestleMania Saturday in Los Angeles, where Rhea Ripley became a women's champion, defeating Charlotte and getting back his legacy and getting vengeance from the lost at WrestleMania 36. Okay. In a performance center during the pandemic, if you remember. So right now, going on, best promo of the year. Promo has the best microphone speech, best battle of words of the year. The contenders were CM Punk returns in EW Collision, the promo between Cody Rhodes and Heyman about Dusty Rhodes, the promo between Darby and MJF during the Four Pillar storyline back in May, the promo between the promo about Tommy Dreamer at Rebellion before facing Kenny King, the promo about Roman Reigns about 1,000 days as a champion, the promo between MJF and Adam Cole in Dynamite in Colorado, the promo between CM Punk and Ricky Starks at Collision, Chris Jericho with Ospreay before the contract signing before All in London, Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara before Dynamite Grand Slam, or MJF and Jay White, for example. The promo that started the feud between MJF and Jay White, the Tofu promo, if you remember. Adam Copeland and Christian Cage when Adam Copeland came to AEW after Wrestle Dream. Hangman Page again, the promo between Hangman Page and Swerve, the waste of human life. You remember that promo before Full Gear? Another great promo is Moxley backstage in the Continental Classic when he talked about his problems, physical problem, mental problem. That's a great promo. And the last promo that I quoted is CM Punk finishing the story when he came back to WWE. Not the promo on Raw after Survivor Series, but the promo at the tribute to the troops 1 month ago, SmackDown in Providence, Rhode Island. So, in my opinion, the promo that made me goosebump, that made me feel the most is the one of the CM Punk returns in Collision, in the first episode of Collision, the Collision premiere episode in the United Center in Chicago. To this day, that promo doesn't mean a shit because CM Punk left AEW to go to WWE. He had a problem with Tony Khan, we know the story. But if I have to pick the promo itself, not counting the after, the before, but the promo as a promo quality, that promo was really, really incredible. With coming to ring with the shoes, with the boots on his neck, the title in the bag. It was insane. It was a great moment. I think the first episode of Collision was really good, as every episode that they did in Collision, but the first is special, it's the first. So CM Punk coming back, Tell Me When I'm Telling Lies, has been really the best promo of the year in my opinion. Also the one between Cody and Heyman at Monday Night Raw was really great. Also the CM Punk finishing the story, and the one that Hangman had on Swerve when he said you are a waste of human life, and told to Prince Nana that he will steal his weed. So, going on to this incredible journey about the best of the year. Best feud of the year. Best feud of the year. The award, the contenders were the Elite against Blackpool Combat Club, and what a war they had! What they went to war during the summer, this spring, with the Anarchy in the Arena, with the Blood and Guts, and all the single matches that they had. And the first contender is the Elite against Blackpool Combat Club that they fought on AEW Soul during this year. Will Ospreay against Kenny Omega, another great feud. Eggman against Strickland, another amazing feud in the last part of the year. And Claudio against Eddie Kingston during the whole year. My award goes to Claudio against Eddie Kingston. You know why? Because every feud that I'm quoting, it's great, but the feud between Claudio and Eddie, it's personal, it's real, because it's about real stuff, about real life between Eddie Kingston and Claudio Castagnoli, and it's an evolution, because they started the feud in Ring of Honor with Supercard of Honor, and they ended the feud in AEW with Dynamite Grand Slam and then Collision. So I really loved the first part when a Supercard of Honor they told the story about Eddie Kingston and Claudio Castagnoli in the independence before before AEW, before Claudio going to WWE. I loved the stuff. I loved the match at Supercard of Honor. I loved the rematch in Dynamite Grand Slam, and I think the story itself and the real life aspects about this story has been really really great, really really amazing as a storytelling point of view. In some point, this story reminded me about Eddie Kingston against John Moxley in Full Gear 2020. So I got excited about saying that. So continuing the list, you just made the list. Best storyline of the year. In this case, it's not about the feud; it's about storytelling. It's about evolution of the characters. It's best feud. When I think about best feud, I think the best series of matches. Best storyline. I think the best the best plot, the best character evolution, the best character interaction. And the contenders were Better Than You Baby, so the storyline between MJF and Adam Cole, from rivalry to friendship. The story of the four pillars was really great. The story of the Bloodline Civil War, and the story of the Don Callis family. Personally, I think that the best storyline of the year, of course, is Better Than You Baby. Why? Because the story between the four pillars was really, really great as a 5th anniversary show of AEW for Double or Nothing, and has been really great. The Bloodline Civil War has been really great. The Don Callis family has been really great, but as an evolution of the from an evolution of the characters' point of view, and for what this story meant for the two athletes involved. So for MJF and Adam Cole, I think the best story is Better Than You Baby, because without that story, that tag team, without the double clothesline, MJF, we without that without that story, MJF will never pass from being a heel to a babyface. Without that story, we didn't have All in London, the main event, as I told you before, between MJF and Adam Cole. Without the story, most of the great storytelling part of AEW of this year didn't exist. So Better Than You Baby has been really a fantastic story. And the incredible thing is that in the first place I wasn't so excited about this story, because it was too much comedy. It was too much too much comedy, too much fun. And I am more about seriousness. I am more about drama, seriousness. But itself, the match at all in, and all the story was really, 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 really amazing. Best right now we have best promoter of the year, and the award goes to Tony Khan, of course. There is no contendership. Who else? Anyone have any question? Triple H is a great promoter. Scott D'Amore is a great promoter, but the promoter that represents professional wrestling in 2023, in this era of professional wrestling, is Tony Khan, for sure. For what he did for professional wrestling, for the creation of AEW, for all the great shows that he creates. So the promoter of the year for me is Tony Khan, and there is no question about that. Best non-wrestling personality of the year, another award, another award. So with the best non-wrestling personality of the year, I think about the best on-screen character that is not a wrestler, you know. So there is Don Callis, there is Sonjay Dutt, there is Prince Nana, there is Daddy S, but it's not real about that because Daddy S it's also a wrestler because it's a trios champion with the Acclaimed. So the contenders are in reality Don Callis, Sonjay Dutt, and Prince Nana, and the award goes to Don Callis in my opinion. I think it's the third year in a row that I voted for Don Callis. This year there is also Prince Nana to take in consideration because we, as a manager for the Mogul Embassy, for Swerve has been really amazing, but Don Callis is really the best non-wrestling personality of the year, also for the work and how much he's able to put on the map the athlete that he is involved in. Thinking about speaking about Will Ospreay in the feud with Chris Jericho, speaking about Takeshita, speaking about Kenny Omega, as a with the betrayal, with the feud that he had with the Don Callis family, speaking about Sammy Guevara, speaking about Kyle Fletcher, Powerhouse Offs. Really, Don Callis is, in my opinion, the perfect manager and the perfect not non-wrestling personality of the year. So, best commentator of the year. We have right now this award. It's not a best of the year, it's a marathon. Best commentator of the year. So the best commentator of the year, my list goes on to two contenders, or Excalibur or Kevin Kelly. Kevin Kelly, there are many commentators that are so great in the professional wrestling business today. I think also to Chris Charlton in New Japan. I think about Tony Schiavone. I think about Tez. I think about Corey Graves, Michael Cole are not bad. I think about Matthew Raywald in Impact. But the two best contenders, the two best commentators, the two contenders for best commentator of the year, in my opinion, are or Excalibur or Kevin Kelly. And the award personally goes to Kevin Kelly. You know why? Because Excalibur is really, really amazing, and I voted for him last year. But I give this award to Kevin Kelly because I'm really, really, really happy to see Kevin Kelly as a commentator for AEW, to commentate an American wrestling show. Okay, because I think he is amazing as a commentator in New Japan, but I think that he deserves to be on a weekly basis to commentate a weekly televised show like Collision. So my award goes to Kevin Kelly. Of course, the legit best commentator of the year is Excalibur, but I want to give an award that's different. So right now we have another award, the best video package of the year. What I'm saying about this is the best video, best promo, about the feud, about the story that there is during the 2023. The contenders are MJF against Bryan Danielson in AEW Revolution, the promo where we saw Bryan Danielson meditate and MJF training for the match, for the incredible Iron Man match at Revolution. Another promo has been Claudio Castagnoli against Eddie Kingston at the Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor, with Eddie Kingston talking about the story with Claudio back in the Indies in Chikara during the first years of 2000 before Claudio Castagnoli going to WWE. Has been really great. Seeing Eddie Kingston praying, going to pray in a church, really, really emotional. Another great promo has been the Four Pillars at AEW Double or Nothing before the pay-per-view. Another great promo, Bryan Danielson challenges Okada at Dominion for Forbidden Door. CM Punk returns in Collision. The arrival of Kota Ibushi or Nick Wayne debut to AEW. Also, that is really great. My award goes to this really peculiar, we can say, award. There exists the word peculiar. Let me check. Because sometimes I speak Italian in a English way. We can see. Yeah, there is. My award, the winner to this peculiar award, in my opinion, is Bryan Danielson challenges Okada at Dominion. Do you remember that promo? You saw that promo? I don't know if you saw it during Dominion. It was insane. When Bryan Danielson, I don't know, I have goosebumps thinking about that promo. That period of this year of 2023 has been the best period of the year for me. I think the best period for me of 2023 has been from Revolution 2023, okay, to All in London. The last part of the year has been good, but not that good. I felt a little bit tired. It's not been bad, but it's not been as good as an energy, as an emotional point of view as that part of the year. I have been at my best during that part of the year, and I thinking about that promo, I can connect to that part of myself, in that period, and it gave me goosebumps only thinking about that, seeing Bryan Danielson in the desert, I think in Las Vegas, speaking about Okada, speaking about the Rainmaker, the fact that Okada is the Rainmaker, but challenging Bryan Danielson is like being in the desert, in the fucking desert where there is no rain. I think it was really, really, really insane. I have goosebumps thinking about that promo. The match at Forbidden Door has been great. It's been good. Cool has been great if Bryan Danielson didn't get injured during the match, breaking his arm. The promo itself about the dream match, about this incredible challenge that Bryan Danielson gave to Okada has been insane. And in a few days at Wrestle Kingdom, in 2 weeks, we have the rematch, Okada Danielson 2, and I think it will be even better than the first one, because the first one was ruined by the injury of Bryan Danielson. I hope that Bryan Danielson doesn't get injured once again, because Okada broke Danielson's arm, Okada broke Danielson's eye orbital bone. I hope that Bryan Danielson win and he doesn't get injured this time in the Tokyo Dome against Okada. It will be the first time that Danielson competes in the Tokyo Dome, I think the first time ever. And this is incredible. This is insane, really. Most outstanding wrestler of the year. With outstanding wrestler of the year, I thinking about athleticism, I think about work rate, about wrestling matches quality, and I think that the man that personified and represented this award is Will Ospreay. There are contenders. There is Kenny Omega. There is Bryan Danielson. There is Claudio Castagnoli. But I think that the man that is 2023 from a work in a work rate point of view is Will Ospreay, is the aerial assassin. So the award that represent most of all the work rate point of view of professional wrestling must be the winner of the award that represent most of all the work rate must goes to Will Ospreay, Will fucking Ospreay. So the most outstanding wrestler of the year is Will Ospreay. Most charismatic of the year we have right now. The contender is between MJF, CM Punk, and Adam Copeland. I was thinking to give this award to MJF, okay, because as a charisma, as an evolution, as I said, from heel to babyface, as I'm sorry, has been really outstanding. But the real award, but for getting something different, for giving the award to someone else, I give this award to CM Punk. Also because CM Punk has not been the wrestler of the year. Of course, he competed. He didn't compete a lot this year. You know, he competed during the summer in Collision. Then he left. Now he's coming back to WWE. But right now he came back to WWE, but he didn't have a match right now. So between the contenders, Adam Copeland that came to AEW from WWE has been really a charismatic figure and an important acquisition for AEW. I think Adam Copeland coming to AEW is the biggest and best acquisition that AEW had from the WWE guys. Because if I think about Edge, Adam Copeland, I think of one of the biggest stars, biggest cornerstone of the WWE. When I think about Edge, I think a team in the level of Undertaker. I think him about on the level of Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock. So this star power, larger than life icons, okay, of the WWE world, and him coming to AEW is quite possibly the biggest acquisition for Tony Khan, and his charisma is incredible. But I think that if we think about charisma and we think about 2023 and charisma in the same sentence, we think about CM Punk. So most charismatic wrestler worker of the year is CM Punk. Another award, most inspirational of the year. And I was thinking about or Shibata or Christian Cage. Because as an inspiration, there is also Sting to quote, but I gave Sting the award I think 2 times in 2021 and in 2022. So to be different, I think that the most inspirational of the year is a award to a wrestler that inspires you to be the best version of yourself and to overcome obstacles and problems in your life. So this award must be given to someone that is able to fight and to overcome mountains and problems and obstacles like injuries or personal problems. And I think that Christian Cage embodies this award more than anyone, for the reason that I told you before when I gave him the Best heel award. Shibata has been insane because Shibata came back from a career-ending injury in 2017. He competed in Ring of Honor and won the Ring of Honor Pure Championship, defeating Wheeler Yuta at Supercard of Honor in Los Angeles back in March. And he's insane, really. But Christian Cage, and the fact that Christian Cage must be retired to this point, and right now is the hottest heel in professional wrestling. Is one of the hottest property of AEW and one of the hottest character in AEW. It's incredible. So Christian Cage is the inspiration of 2023 because he has been in WWE. He always has been the second hand for Adam Copeland, for Edge. He has been also every time he has been underrated from Vince McMahon. All his career has been remarked as underrated, in my opinion. He came to AEW after a career ending in 2014, right? Yeah. He came back. He became the manager and tag team partner for Jungle Boy, and right now he is a TNT champion and one of the best characters of the business. So the most inspiration, if it's not inspiration, this what is? So the most inspirational of the year is, in my opinion, Christian Cage. Most overrated of the year. So the wrestler that, in my opinion, is the most overrated of the year, and the award goes to LA Knight, in my opinion. Why? Why you say my great friends, my great morons that watches this video, this 2 hour long video, if you are watching this video right now to this minute. Most overrated LA Knight because this is my point of view, this is my channel, my YouTube channel, and this is my point of view about professional wrestling about 2023. And I really can't understand what is special about LA Knight. Really, I don't understand it. I can't understand what's special about LA Knight. I don't know if I can give him the overrated award because the crowd is so involved into LA Knight. So I think that everyone is happy that LA Knight is in the main event of WWE shows, in SmackDown, in pay-per-views, in Crown Jewels, everywhere. But I don't understand what's special about LA Knight. As a wrestler, he is mediocre. As a character, he is mediocre because I, I will say that he is a great talker, but it's not true. He is not a great talker. He only does two chat phrases. Yeah, and let me talk to you. Period. Let me talk to you. Yeah. Period. He's like a redneck version of The Rock, and I really hate The Rock. I think that The Rock is is the wrestler that I hate the most in all the history of professional wrestling, sport entertainment, whatever. The one that knows me knows how much I hate The Rock, and LA Knight is a redneck version of The Rock, and I really don't understand how a wrestler like that can work and have a career and have a main event status in 2023. Because I can understand a wrestler like this in 1999, okay? In another society, in another world, in another professional wrestling, okay? But in this year, with the Kenny Omegas, with the Will Ospreys, the Zack Sabre Juniors, the MJF, the Adam Cole, the Seth Rollins, putting some WWE stars, how can an LA Knight be a megastar, being a main event level professional wrestler? How is it possible? I don't know. So the most overrated is LA Knight. Another contender is Roman Reigns, but at least Roman Reigns is really overrated in my opinion, and I think it's overrated. I think Roman Reigns is the most overrated wrestler of all time, most overrated sport entertainer of all times. But at least he is a real star, you know. LA Knight is not a real star in my opinion. Most underrated of the year. So another award. In this case, we have the underrated, not the overrated, but the underrated. My point of view is about these three guys, if I have to think about that. Jay Little, Luchasaurus, Killswitch, or Sammy Guevara. And I explain you why. Luchasaurus because he is the right hand of destruction of Christian Cage right now. He is a great character, a great wrestler, and I think he deserves better right now because um, his role as a right hand of Christian Cage is great, you know, but he deserves better right now because he has been the second guy after Jungle Boy, has been the Jungle Boy's bodyguard, security, personal dinosaur, and right now deserves something more. He deserves to be a legit TNT champion. He deserves to be something better, I can say. Sammy Guevara is my second option because during the feud with the Four Pillars, so back in May for Double or Nothing, the Fatal Four Way between the Four Pillars, I have the T-shirt on, you know, you see. Okay, okay. So during the feud of the Four Pillars back in May, he was the one that no. How can I say it? During that feud, he was the one that most of all, most of the four wasn't. No one thought he could win that match. You know, the real feud winning that match about the best pillar was between Darby Allin and MJF. Okay, Jungle Boy was the third spot. Sammy Guevara was no match. So no one thought that Sammy Guevara could win that match, and he was the slave, he was MJF's bitch, you know, paying him to lay on the mat, etc. So I think Sammy Guevara deserves better than that. Deserves to be a real contender, and also in the feud with Chris Jericho back in September. I think that Sammy Guevara was doing well, but no one thought that he was on the level of Chris Jericho. So I think that in time, Sammy Guevara must become, when he will return from injury, he must become a main event star. He deserves that because he has been with AEW since the day one. He's one of the pillars. If there is a pillar to this day story, and he deserves that. And another contender is Jay Lethal. And my award goes to Jay Lethal. You know why? Because Jay Lethal is one of the best wrestlers in the world. As a work rate, as a wrestler, as an in-ring performer, there is no one. There is a few ones like Jay Lethal, okay? And he has been really underrated during 2023. The problem with AEW is that there is so much talent, so much great wrestling, that it's really, really hard to give to anyone the right place in the company. And I think that Jay Lethal deserves something more, something better. He was the only one during the Continental Classic in these weeks that didn't score a point. He didn't win a match. Daniel Garcia won against Brody King in the last AEW Collision in San Antonio in Holiday Bash. Jay Lethal didn't win a match. So I think that Jay Lethal deserves something more because he's really a generational talent. So my award goes to Jay Lethal, the Black Machismo. Oh yeah. Most improved of the year, most improved wrestler of the year. The contenders are Sanada, David Finlay, Wheeler Yuta, Swerve Strickland, Konosuke Takeshita. My award goes to Sanada. You know why? Because every one of these did a great improvement during 2023. thinking about Swerve Strickland, the evolution that he had, passing from being a mid-carder to a real main eventer, one of the hottest star in the wrestling business right now. Thinking about Konosuke Takeshita, the evolution as a character from being a great Japanese wrestler to be the Elilio de Don Callis, no? The son of Don Callis, and the handpicked from Don Callis to be the next Kenny Omega, the next best boat machine. Thinking about Wheeler Yuta, the evolution that he did during the last 2 years as a member of the Blackpool Combat Club, the BCC, passing from being a part of Best Friends to being part of the BCC. And I think the real contendership for most improved of the year goes in Japan. In this case, I think the first award that I give to New Japan that this year has been good but not great. I think that with all the wrestling that we have right now, New Japan is still really great, but has been overshadowed by AEW, by WWE at this point. But the award to most improved goes to, in my opinion, goes to Sanada. I really was in contender. The two contenders were David Finlay for the evolution as a Bullet Club leader, kicking out Jay White from the Bullet Club and becoming the leader of the Bullet Club, and Sanada for the evolution that he had and for winning the IWGP World Championship. And I think that he is the real star of the real winner of the most improved wrestler of the year award, because he passed from being the underrated guy in the Los Ingobernables de Japón, from that to being the leader of the Just Five Guys and being IWGP World Champion, defeating Kazuchika Okada, the final boss of professional wrestling at the Ryogoku Sumo Hall in Sakura Genesis back in April. So Sanada is the winner. I don't know if Tetsuya Naito will win the championship at Wrestle Kingdom, but to this day Sanada have done an amazing job evolving himself and evolving into a new great wrestler. So another great award, Hardest Worker in the Room award. So we are speaking about Hardest Worker in the Room award. So the work rate guy, the workhorse guy, and the award goes to Will Ospreay also in this case. But the contenders are there are plenty of contenders, because there are a lot of wrestlers that competes in a weekly basis and at a high level, but the awards goes to Will Ospreay. The contenders were Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin, Jon Moxley, Aussie Open, Eddie Kingston, Bryan Danielson. Orange Cassidy is another one that deserves this award, but as hardest worker in the room, who is better than Will Ospreay? As I said before, Will Ospreay has been everywhere during this year. From New Japan to AEW to RevPro, from in every continent, from Japan to America to Europe, he has been everywhere. He competed everywhere against anyone, from legends like Kenny Omega, Okada, Kazuchika, Chris Jericho. He defeated in a summer. He defeated Jericho, Okada, and Omega in a 2 months period, and that's amazing, and that's incredible. And I think that no one worked harder than Will Ospreay during 2023. Moment of the year. Also, Orange Cassidy is another contender, by the way. But he has been great, and he worked hard in AEW. Will Ospreay worked hard everywhere. We are coming to the end of this incredible journey, my friends. Moment of the year. We are now speaking about the best moment of the year, the moment that represents 2023. The contenders are Roman Reigns retaining the WWE Universal Championship at WrestleMania. That was incredible. Don Callis betrays Kenny Omega in AEW Dynamite after the steel cage match with John Moxley. The Elite reunites back in May before the Anarchy in the Arena when Hangman Page reunited with Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. CM Punk returning at AEW Collision. The AEW Collision premiere has been really great. Danielson entering with Final Countdown at Forbidden Door has really been a great moment. Kenny Omega announcing Kota Ibushi as the fifth member of Blood and Guts has been incredible. Sting entering with Seek and Destroy has been amazing at All in London. Bryan Danielson announcing retirement has been one of the most emotional announces of the year. Ric Flair in AEW, back in AEW Dynamite in Philadelphia. Ospreay signing with AEW. Sting announcing retirement back in October when he announced that Revolution will be his final match in 2024. And the two, these are great moments in reality because we have Roman Reigns defeating Cody Rhodes has been quite possibly the most shocking moment of the year for me personally. Don Callis betraying Kenny Omega has been great. CM Punk returning has been great. But the two moments that I am about to tell you are the two contenders for Moment of the Year award. A year full of moments, and the two contenders are Edge coming to AEW, Adam Copeland coming to AEW at AEW Wrestle Dream back in October in Seattle in the Climate Pledge Arena, and CM Punk returning to WWE in Survivor Series. These two are the contenders, and I think that this one, personally, is quite possibly the most difficult award to give to this point, because I was really it was hard to give the match of the year award. It was hard to give the wrestler of the year award, but this one is really personal. And these two moments, I think that everyone can think, if everyone can think about two moments of 2023 are these two moments, because Adam Copeland coming to AEW is a game-changing moment, and CM Punk returning to WWE is a 10 years in the making moment. This is my point of view. I have to drink some tea. Okay, to explain to you my point of view about this award. My moment of the year is Adam Copeland coming to AEW at the end of AEW Wrestle Dream back in October, back in Seattle. And it's not CM Punk returning to WWE. You know why? It's personal. First of all, because they spoiled me CM Punk returning to WWE. First of all. No one spoiled me. The WWE network spoiled me CM Punk returning to WWE. You know why? Because Survivor Series was Saturday. I watched the show Monday after in one of the best days of the year of 2023. If I think about 2023, one of the best days of the year has been November 27th to 2023, when I took tickets for All in London 2 next year. Okay, I took the pre-sale and I took the tickets. It's been really a great moment, a great day. But I watched the show 2 days after. So going to WWE Network, the first thing that comes to me that the WWE suggests me to watch is the Best in the World DVD. CM Punk Best in the World DVD. You see that? You see that one? Is that one? I don't know if you can see it. And I thought to myself, we are in Chicago. It's the Survivor Series. The Allstate Arena is sold out and packed. CM Punk came back, and I was right. So they spoiled me that. So I was excited, but not as excited as when I saw live with no spoilers Adam Copeland coming to AEW at Wrestle Dream. So this first element is a subjective element about my perception of the moment. But another aspect about this is the fact that I am a huge CM Punk fan. I don't know if I am a huge CM Punk fan. I think that CM Punk has been, as I always said, CM Punk has been a role model to me during my teenage years. I am straight edge because of CM Punk, because because of him. Because when I saw him back in WWE, I was captivating about his personality, and I told to myself, I will grow up and I will become like him. I will be drug free, I will be alcohol free, and I became straight edge in the last. I think I am in my seventh or eighth year without alcohol, drugs. I never used drugs, but I think I am 8 years straight edge for sure. And so that moment is incredible, and it's a moment that give me back passion for WWE. As I told you, I grew up as a WWE fan. In the last few years, I became a huge AEW fan. I think the AEW is the place where I really feel I belong. When I watch an AEW, I think this is the professional wrestling that I always dreamed about. In from the start to the end of any AEW show, I think it's true perfection. It's how pro wrestling must be conducted in 2023. But that moment when CM Punk came back gave me back passion to really enjoy WWE, and I think gave WWE the reason to create great storylines for WrestleMania, create controversy. But the moment of the year for me is Adam Copeland coming to AEW. You know why? Because CM Punk came to WWE, and I think that the universe, the karma, the destiny, I believe in these things, have a weird way to put every piece of the puzzle together. CM Punk left AEW in controversy after Wembley Stadium, after the match with Joe. And I think this is a bigger picture. I don't want to sound mystical, but I really believe that this is a great picture to fix everyone in the right place. And CM Punk is meant to WWE, is meant to that. For as much as he hated the WWE in the last decade of his life, he is meant for WWE in reality, because he is meant for a show and an environment more about storytelling, more about drama, star power than professional wrestling. So, in a controversial way, everything fixed perfectly. But and this is incredible, really, and I am so happy for this moment. But the moment of the year is Adam Copeland coming to AEW, because with that moment, with that game-changing moment, in my opinion, AEW won the war about the the destiny of professional wrestling, about the landscape of professional wrestling, about being the leader, the franchise leader of professional wrestling, because a guy like Edge, like Adam Copeland, with all the history that he had in WWE, coming to AEW is a game-changing moment. Game-changing moment, because AEW has been the home of professional wrestling for the last 3, 4 years, but every professional wrestler that came to AEW, also from WWE, has been a great wrestler in WWE, but also outside of WWE. If you think about CM Punk coming back in 2021, he has been a great wrestler in WWE, a great worker in WWE, is associated with WWE, but also with Ring of Honor. Bryan Danielson, the same. He came to AEW after a great career in WWE, but he had also a great career in the independent circuits, like John Moxley, for example. So every big name that came to AEW after the beginning, after 2019, has been a great wrestler everywhere in WWE, but also in other places. Adam Copeland is the first star that came to AEW and competed only in WWE. So this is a great moment that changed professional wrestling and changed AEW. Some friends of mine told me that AEW lost his identity in the last few months, and I think Adam Copeland was one of the reasons for that, because Adam Copeland is a great storyteller, okay, and the AEW is more about professional wrestling. But I think this is maybe AEW will change its identity, but in a better way, because for becoming a worldwide phenomenon, for really becoming the best company in the world, you have to embrace every kind of fan and being enjoyable for everyone. So Adam Copeland allowed AEW to become more sport entertainment in some way, in better ways, and this is a ground changing moment. So for how much CM Punk returning to WWE has been a great moment, Adam Copeland coming to AEW is, in my point of view, in my humble point of view, the moment of the year. Speaking about shocking moment of the year, so the moment that made me say, "Oh my God, what happened?" The contenders are Roman Reigns beating Cody Rhodes, Sanada winning the IWGP World Championship at Sakura Genesis, Don Callis betraying Kenny Omega in the Steel Cage in AEW Dynamite in Detroit, Alex Shelley winning the Impact World Championship, Jimmy Uso betrays Jey Uso, or Takeshita beating Kenny Omega. And my award goes to Roman Reigns beating Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania Sunday, because for all these moments, I never expected Roman Reigns to defeating Cody Rhodes in the main event of WrestleMania. I was sure that, and I was wrong, that Cody was going to win the championship, and I was wrong, because Roman Reigns retained the championship in Los Angeles and his reign went on to this day, surpassing the 1,000 days as champion. So, shocking moment of the year, Roman Reigns beating Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. And Cody Rhodes not finishing his story. So, oh my God, match of the year award. So, the match that made me say, oh my God, what I'm watching. The contenders are Hangman Page against Jon Moxley in the Texas Death Match at AEW Revolution, the Anarchy in the Arena at AEW Double or Nothing, between the BCC and the Elite, the Blood and Guts between the Golden Elite with Kota Ibushi and the BCC, and Hangman Page against Swerve Strickland in Full Gear at the Texas Death Match. And the award goes to, of course, Hangman Page against Strickland, recently 1 month ago at Full Gear. One of the most violent matches, most brutal, most insane, one of the most insane, out of the world matches that I have ever seen in my life. And I have to be honest with you, I think that the Texas Deathmatch that Hangman and Moxley had at Revolution was a little better as a match quality point of view, and I think is still to this day the best Texas Deathmatch of all time that I saw in my life. But as a violence, as a brutality, as a oh my god match. I think the Swerve and Eggman deserves the award. Eggman Page drinking Swerve Strickland blood is one of the most insane moments that I have ever seen, and I think I will have nightmares after nightmares for many many years after that match. Oh my god, moment of the year. So the moment that made me say, "Oh, what the fuck is happening? What is happening? Someone is going to die tonight." Um, the oh my god moment of the year, and the contenders are John Moxley using a bed of nails at Blood and Guts this past summer in Boston. Christian Cage body slamming Darby Allin on the steps at AEW Wrestle Dream. Eggman drinking Swerve Strickland blood at AEW Full Gear 2023. In reality, the moment, oh my god, moment of the year is Eggman drinking Swerve Strickland blood during the Full Gear match. As I told you some minutes ago, that moment gave me nightmares, and I think it will give me nightmares for many many years to come. But to give the award to someone something different, I give this award to Christian Cage body slamming Darby Allin on the steps at AEW Wrestle Dream. Darby Allin is made of different material from any other professional wrestler, any other human being in the world. At the AEW All In Fan Fest the day before the All In London this year at Wembley, in the Wembley Box Park, I asked a security guy, the bold one, big one, that is always present in the ringside for AEW shows, how is it possible that Darby Allin take so many risks and not get injured, or is not is not dying in the ring in some ways. And that moment was so insane and so unbelievable also for Darby Allin. Darby Allin got used as we got used from Darby Allin to some insane stuff like this one, but this one was really too much. And in fact, Darby Allin is now injured for that moment. That body slam was insane. Was one of those moments that make you think, is he going to die? He want to die tonight, and Darby Allin is incredible, and Christian Cage almost killed Darby Allin with that body slam on the steps. It was so real, so unscripted, we can say. Oh, now we talk about breakout star of the year. My award for breakout star of the year goes to the contenders are two, Elilio De Vikingo or Yota Tsuji. And for getting something different, because I spoke about Elilio Del Vikingo at the beginning of this video with the best high flying wrestler of the year, I want to give this award to Yota Tsuji. Elilio Del Vikingo is in reality the breakout star of the year, because as well as Will Ospreay, as I told you before, he competed everywhere. He competed anytime, any place, in Mexico, in America, with AEW, with Ring of Honor, with AAA, with he competed in Ring of Honor in GCW also. I think he also competed in Japan in some points. And Vikingo has been really outstanding for that point of view, and everyone enjoys Vikingo. And I think in the years, if I will think back to 2023, a part of me will think about Vikingo for the insane matches that he gave us, the insane piece of art that he gave us against Omega, Commander, etc., as I told you before. But for getting something different, I want to speak about Yota Tsuji. Yota Tsuji coming back from excursion and coming back to New Japan and challenging Sanada and becoming member of Los Ingobernables. The opponent has been really great. I think that Yota Tsuji is the best of the three new Musketeers. So if I have to pick one guy between Shota Umino, Ren Narita, and Yota Tsuji, the three new Musketeers about New Japan, I will pick Yota Tsuji because he's so great, he has so much charisma, he's so great in the ring. I think that between the matches that Will Ospreay had, between the one with Shota Umino at Power Struggle and the one with Yota Tsuji at Destruction, the best one has been the one with Yota Tsuji. And Yota Tsuji is really great, and I want to give him the breakout also because Elilio Del Vikingo was already famous before AEW, okay, before the matches with Kenny Omega. Yota Tsuji was a no one in reality, and he came to New Japan. He challenged Sanada for the IWGP World Championship, and he's in a great run. And I think in 2024, 2025, he can become a IWGP World Champion, in my opinion. We will see about that. This is my prediction. Debut of the year, so not breakout, but the one that debuted during the year. I don't know if this award is righteous, but I give this award to Commander because I think Commander already competed in Mexico. I know that, but Vikingo was already a star in Mexico. Before coming to America, Commander was a little bit more a no one, and he became a really big star in AEW. First of all, in the first memory that I have, Commander is another wrestler that I associate with 2023. And one of the first memories that I have with Commander is the Revolution ladder match in Cow Palace in San Francisco. And after that, the match with Vikingo, it's Supercard of Honor, one of the best matches of the year in my opinion. To these days, the matches against the Top Flight with Penta, the matches against Chris Jericho, Commander has been really great. I think that he's a great high flyer. I don't know if he will ever become a main eventer, if he will never become a total package, but as a high flyer, he's really outstanding. Going on, we are at the end of the run. Championship of the year, so the best title of the year. I'm not saying this as the most precious title of the year. I'm not speaking about the most important, the most prestigious title of the year. I'm speaking about the championship of the year. So the championship that represents the 2023. Okay? And the contenders are the AEW International Championship and the IWGP UK Championship. I give these two the contendership for championship of the year. And in some ways, these two championships are so similar if you think about that, because both championships represent a global professional wrestling, something that goes on as a competition for everywhere, anytime. And in fact, these two championships are associated with the two workhorses of professional wrestling in 2023, Will Ospreay and Orange Cassidy. And my award goes to the IWGP UK Championship, because the work that Orange Cassidy did with the AEW International Championship for the whole 2023, from the beginning to losing the championship. He won the championship at the AEW Dynamite in Toronto in 2022, in October 2022, and he lost the championship at All Out against Jon Moxley in the main event at All Out in the United Center. And the whole run has been really amazing. And Orange Cassidy has been really outstanding as a champion. and he's to this day as a champion, but he has been a great champion, but a little bit, as I can say, I will find the right word. Let me check the right word. Because I really think that the run, yeah, the run that Orange Cassidy, I found a word. The run that Orange Cassidy had as international champion has been really outstanding, but a little bit of monotonous. Okay, he gave us some of the best matches in Dynamite during the year, but at some point I thought it was getting a little bit monotonous, a little bit boring. Okay, Will Ospreay, what he did with the IWGP US and UK Championship has been really on another level, because first of all, he elevated the championship at a main event status that at some point the IWGP US UK Championship has been the most prestigious and most important title of all New Japan Pro Wrestling. And this feeling is not a feeling that I get from the International Championship. It has been a workhorse championship, but not not the best championship, the most important championship of AEW. I think that in some points the IWGP US Championship has been more important than the IWGP World Championship, and this is thanks for Will Ospreay for the matches with Omega. And the fact that he changed the championship from being the IWGP US Championship to be the IWGP UK Championship made it made this thing really incredible, and really important as an honor of being British. And sometimes the British people in professional wrestling has been associated with comedy, with caricatures. Okay, Will Ospreay elevated the British wrestling as the gold standard of professional wrestling during 2023, and the IWGP UK Championship has been the symbol about this. So my award goes to the IWGP UK Championship. So there is another award. Right now I start the worst part of the award. From this point has been the best, something positive. Right now I do some awards that are negative, so worst, something that has been bad about 2023. And as I told you 2 hours ago when I started this video, there is a little bit, there is a little about bad about 2023. Really, there is so little things about 2023 that has been bad, really bad. So, for example, the next award is Worst Pro Wrestling Company of the Year. So the worst pro wrestling company of the year. And I don't give this award to anyone. Last year I gave this award to WWE because in some points in 2022 they gave us some of the lowest point ever in their story. But in 2023 WWE delivered some of the best shows of the years and some of the best shows of their stories. So there is no reason for me to give this award to someone. So there is no winner. So there is no company that can be called worst company of the year in this 2023. The next one is worst worker of the year. This is a phony award because I don't have really a contender, a candidate for this award. But if I have to give this award to someone, I give this award to Gable Stevenson in WWE. I think Gable Stevenson represent everything that there is bad about the WWE system. So taking someone that is famous from another sport and make him a professional wrestler for no reason only. For no reason at all, because they did a good job with Bad Bunny. They did an amazing job with Logan Paul. I really hate Logan Paul, but I think they did a great job, and he's a great athlete, so he's a natural in doing the wrestling. With Gable Stevenson, there is no reason to have a Gable Stevenson in the professional wrestling, and this is the reason why I'm really happy that Gable Stevenson did only one match against Baron Corbin this summer in NXT and then left the WWE forever. I hope so, because I think that if I think this is a thing that is out of time, is something that doesn't fix in a world like this one with the Kenny Omegas, the Will Ospreys, the Okadas, the Danielson, the Moxleys, in a world where there are these marvelous guys, these marvelous wrestlers that live to be a professional wrestler, and their dream growing up was to be a professional wrestler, and they did professional wrestling, and they became worldwide famous and notorious professional wrestlers. There is no reason in a world like this, in a beautiful world like this, where pro wrestling is at its best, to have someone like Gabe Stevenson that is an Olympic guy that for no reason come to the wrestling world and want to be a pro wrestler. That's it. Worst match of the year. Also, this award that is my final award is I have a little cold. It's not a real award because I don't have in mind a real match that made me say this is crap, okay? But if I have to give this award to someone, to a match, I give this award to Jamie Hayter against Tony Storm at Double or Nothing. I don't know why, but their match in that occasion was bad in my opinion. The first one that they had at Full Gear 2022 is one of the best women's matches ever. One of the best women's matches that I ever saw on TV, that I ever watched that I ever saw. Their match at Double or Nothing wasn't that good. I think that Double or Nothing 2023 has been quite possibly the less good. I don't say the worst, but because it's not true, but the less good pay-per-view of the year from AEW, and I think that that match was really something didn't click that night, and that match something didn't click during that match in that night, and it wasn't that good. So this is my list. This is my list of awards from 2023. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed do it. I'm sorry for my English, because not always is perfect. I stop this video and then I will do a part in which I will speak about some of the best matches of 2023, and it's my suggestion, a to-do list, and I will see you on the other video. Goodbye and good night. Bang, killing the fucking business.